Welcome to Rage Across the Internet, your favorite Werewolf the Apocalypse podcast. Today, I'm your host, CJ. To my left, wires might be crossed, but he might just be a little haywire. We got Danny.
Hey, everybody.
He's not seeing red yet, but we might change that soon. It's our very own M.
Hello, hello.
And certainly, last but not least, it's my guy Friday, Porter.
Hey, how you doing, everybody?
How y'all doing today?
Pew pew.
Pretty good.
Is that the warning you gave me?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well done.
Like,
well done.
Like, hey, we should have CJ start the show. I'm like, yeah, we didn't talk about that last night.
Wow.
Well, excellent.
Yeah, I thought your brain actually short-circuited there for a second, Danny, with the way you were just kind of staring forward.
I warned him not to freak out.
Yeah, it was a little perfect.
Because I'm like, CJ's going to start this, and Danny's going to lose his shit laughing, and we're going to have to start from the top, and it's going to ruin it.
Oh, man.
It might not seem like it, but this is the show where we talk about all aspects of Werewolf the Apocalypse. Sometimes it takes just a little while to get into that, but everything from player to storyteller and everything in between.
Excellent. Sounds like a good show.
Yeah. Should tell our friends about it.
Should probably tell everybody about it if we can.
Well, that's because I want everyone to be our friends.
Danny had a very lonely childhood.
That would explain a lot.
I feel like it's like, what for? What do you want them for? What are you going to use them for?
You don't have that big of enough basement.
You don't even have a basement anymore.
Well, on the property you know about. That'd be pretty silly if you hid them at the place you knew existed.
Yeah, there's still got a few more days before I can even get close to there. So, no.
Oh, shit.
Statute of limitations. I'm just saying.
There we go. But maybe we should start off with something that we started just about a year ago. And that's This Week in Bullshit.
Yes, indeed.
It's been a little over a year.
The man was doing his research, and he brought to my attention this morning that, the first episode of This Week in Bullshit was the last time we did a Pat Creation episode where the hounds were invented.
Wow.
Wild.
We overshot it by a month and 3 days.
Oh, man.
Story of my life.
Yikes.
Not comfortable.
I'm going to need another drink.
Yeah. So This Week in Bullshit. Now, CJ, I do believe that is the segment where we talk about things that aren't werewolf. General shit going on in our lives, stuff we find interesting, just something to break up the monotony of only talking about werewolf every week for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. It helps us keep our sanity, what little there ever was to begin with.
Right. This is why I predominantly hang out in the assembly area in our Discord. Yeah. Because otherwise, all I would do is talk about werewolf for the totality of my existence, and I can't do it. I love the game. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I need other things.
I agree with you.
So, I will get us started if I may.
Go for it.
Please.
All right. Last week, I just got back. I got back from my trip to Virginia.
I did. Welcome back.
Thank you. And so I was out and about the day after. Did some grocery shopping. The usual shit. You're back from vacation. You've got to replenish stuff.
Yeah.
And so normally I send out, but I didn't have to work. I'm just on the world, so I'm going to Walmart. I'm looking, and I see in the frozen meals section, Gordon Ramsay has his own frozen meals now.
Oh my God.
You almost got a spectate out
I
of it.
did. That's not even the punchline. This has a punchline.
I had to set that down.
Yeah. now, fans of Gordon Ramsay, as most people, I think, are.
I would imagine.
I think.
Or at least know who the hell he
Right.
is.
So I had to buy some of these. There was like 6 of them. I'm like, I got to find out what a Gordon Ramsay frozen meal is.
Right.
I feel like that in itself is a contradiction.
You would, exactly, right? I was so upset that the tagline wasn't, "It's frozen!"
Fresh frozen.
like in big capital letters and exclamation points. It's frozen. But,
Oh man.
but so I bought a couple, right? In like, to be fair, you know, it's like beef and potatoes and like steak and ale pie, right? Fed an Alfredo lasagna, which was awful.
What?
I'm not doing food reviews here, but it was bad.
Okay.
And then finally shepherd's pie, and I love shepherd's pie. And so, you know, I take these home, and, you know, I've since eaten them all. But I get to the shepherd's pie.
I imagine you saved that one for last.
I did save that one for last.
I knew it, yeah.
Yeah. It's not a shepherd's pie. Now, we've talked about this countless times, right? That a shepherd's pie is lamb.
Yes. Lamb.
If it doesn't have lamb, if it's done with beef, that is called a cottage pie.
Which,
it's named that way. It's named a shepherd's pie because of the meat.
Shepherd.
Exactly. But yeah, so there is a difference, right? If it is with beef, it's a cottage pie. Now, I'm not saying that makes it bad.
no.
But if you're going like to a restaurant and you order a shepherd's pie, you're paying for lamb and you're getting beef. They're cheating you. And I've maintained this. People are like, it's fine to use beef. No, it is fine, but it's no longer a shepherd's pie. So don't call it that because you're cheating people.
Yeah.
And so I look at this thing and it's not a shepherd's pie. Gordon Ramsay's shepherd's pie is not a shepherd's pie. And this is especially fucking irritating because where did we learn the difference between a shepherd's pie and a cottage pie? From Gordon fucking Ramsay.
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
That fucking fraud.
I wonder what the company is that got him to sign off on that.
Right.
Whoever it is probably gave him a whole lot of money.
Yeah, but you would think that
Like
that's
he
the line he would
needs it.
draw. Like he would endorse.
Yeah.
Like, no, fucking call it a cottage pie then. Him of all people.
Like, I could imagine their, you know, beef Wellington being like a pork sausage instead of beef at that point.
Right? Like,
What the fuck?
I mean, and it said it on the box. All right. But
It says beef on it, but
it does say beef.
but it doesn't say cottage.
No,
pie.
it does not say cottage pie. It says shepherd's pie.
Which, you know, anywhere else, this is just like a issue of like, oh, I'm just a little disappointed. But now it's, you know, this is Gordon
Right. This
Ramsay.
is Gordon Ramsay, who has on multiple occasions on his shows given people shit for passing off cottage pies as shepherd's pie.
That's funny.
Oh, that's fucking great.
In my head, I'm thinking like, okay, if these frozen meals are going to have Gordon Ramsay's name on them, he's the one signing off on this.
Right, like I don't expect him to be in a kitchen making these.
No,
right, like I
of
don't.
course.
Yeah, but
someone who is that well known, especially for food, you're putting your name on these, and he let it go anyway.
right,
Oh, that's a disappointment.
it'd be like the Iron Chef sponsoring McDonald's. it's the Chenkanichi McFlurry. Fucking what? Speaking of Iron Chef, the original Iron Chef is on Tubi. Everybody watch Iron Chef on Tubi.
The original, nice.
Like it's the real Iron Chef.
Yep.
You know, Sakai, Morimoto, Kenichi, fucking, it's everybody.
Beautiful.
It's not overly dramatized, and it's people who are legitimate, like, masters of their craft.
I mean, I don't want to look too far into that and destroy
or
the
trying to
mystique.
be.
But, you know, I will say, you know, I recently rewatched the Yogurt Battle. And that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, you've told me that one.
Iron
several
Chef
occasions.
Chinese, Chen Kenichi going, what the fuck is yogurt? He's like, I don't know what to do with this.
Perfect.
I mean, he doesn't say the
Brooks
words,
shows up.
but you look at his eyes. You look at his face when the ingredients and he's what? What's happening? Who came in that bowl? Oh, I was going to spit take CJ. Sorry.
So, Danny, you got anything for this week in bullshit?
I got a little something. Again, we got back
Okay.
into the video games and back onto the Destiny because the new expansion came out and the friend groups have kind of been brought back together.
You have my condolences.
Yeah, it's fine. It's more of the friend groups here, but one of the guys, I'll just call him Ed. Ed, he started playing D&D. And then actually I'm giving M credit here because you put that the playlist up on Spotify. So I was just able to give that to him. Here,
Oh, yeah.
you don't have to go out and just only listen to this episode or this episode. Here's the actual game. If you like what you're hearing, then maybe
And
The
that,
actual play sequence that I made. Yeah.
Correct.
and that playlist, if I recall, that starts with the first Chronicle recap, doesn't it?
It does start with the first Chronicle recap. Absolutely.
That's clever. I like that.
Yeah, I thought that would be a good way to do it. I also have the breaks in the middle where we answer questions about our characters because I thought that would be a fun way to break it up. And those are technically attached to the Let's Plays because they're about the characters. So I thought it'd be nice to throw those in there where we aired them.
Nice.
So there you go.
There it is. That's my little This Week in Bullshit. Something quick, easy.
Well, welcome to the show there, Ed, whose name is probably not your real name.
Yeah.
And so therefore you'll have no idea if this is who you're talking about.
I'll give him the heads up.
Does he have a buddy named Rico?
No comment. So
A second ago, Danny did mention that playlist I had made.
Yes.
I do have that up, linked on our announcements in the Discord, if you listeners are interested. And I was going to make a couple more playlists with different kinds of vibes to them, like different topics. I'm working on a 101 right now, not with only the 101 episodes, but other episodes that I think kind of fall into that same idea.
Okay.
cool idea.
Yeah.
And we do have several playlists on our YouTube channel as well.
As well, yes.
But multiples is good and more places is good. And if M comes up with ones that we don't have, we can make those on the YouTube.
Yes, we can.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she did mention the forums and the Discord, both of which can be accessed through the website, rageacrosstheinternet.com.
.com.
So, you got anything for this week in bullshit?
Or was that just it? That could have been it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been it.
Very fair.
I really haven't been doing much these last couple of weeks.
Well, I'm looking around, and to reference something that happened a long time ago, I don't see any carpet that's been painted. So it looks like you decided against painting the rugs.
Yeah, we haven't done anything quite up here yet. Behind this wall that you see behind me, that anybody listening doesn't know what I'm talking about. The other side of it does have some wallpaper removed. So we started the wallpaper removal, and instead of painting, we are going to be doing wallpaper instead.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a shame, though,
Due to-
because the glyphs, I was into that idea.
Yeah, no. Well, we still have the spiral glyph right here behind me, but
That's the one to have.
Yeah, I mean, if you're only going to have the one, I get it.
Now I see you have some white drapes behind you.
yeah, the carpet does not match.
I was just already with. I don't see any carpet, honestly.
I knew where you was going.
I know you were, and
We all knew where he was going,
right?
Daddy. It's surprising. We all knew it.
But Danny's preemptive reaction is what made it good.
Yep.
She's laughing too. Don't let her fool you.
Yeah.
We see her on camera. She's laughing too.
She might not sound up. No, don't. No, fuck that.
She's like, but I can just mute my mic and make you all sound like creeps.
My mic isn't muted.
No.
I just laughed silently.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Still trying to make us look like creeps, but you're just you're.
She's trying to make me and CJ look like creeps. You are.
How about you, CJ? What do you got?
I mean, aside, not very much going on aside from one of the games that I've been trying to get back into playing a lot more is going to be getting a massive fucking DLC before too long.
Is that has that happened yet?
Not yet. It's supposed to be sometime in September.
Okay.
But yeah, for those of you who are into BattleTech and MechWarrior but haven't heard about this somehow, it's the next DLC for their Mercenaries game. Because the way they do that game is you know, it's a sandboxy game, so you're going from system to system doing jobs in your mechs and everything. And it has an actual, like, running timeline of events. And in-universe stuff that's happened in the lore will happen in the game around the appropriate timeline.
Oh, that's cool.
And they've got about 60, if not 100 years worth of events and lore that you can go through, basically.
No, I'm not going to play it that long.
But
That's a lot.
yeah, no. Luckily enough, it's like, I think 2 to 3 months every like mission, basically. So it's significantly shorter. But after a certain point, it just stops. You can keep playing, but nothing new is going to happen.
Well, surely they can, if they wanted to, they could
And
put an
that's
update
what this new, and that's what this new DLC is the next 50 years of in-universe content.
That's cool.
That's a lot
So-
of years, but also
It's
for how long it takes their years compared to...
They too
Yeah.
are in a timeverse.
Right.
Yep. It doesn't sound like as much compared to how long the game actually goes, but it's a good, like, 30% expansion to the timeline that you can play through, and getting, I think, 17 new mechs in total versus the roster of, I think, 30.
That's nice.
So it's-
I like that.
God, so if they're in their own timeverse,
Yep.
and we're in the timeverse,
You're going to get a nosebleed, don't.
the exchange rate's gonna... Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
make my head
it's-
hurt.
You're going to start
It's
bleeding.
pretty crazy. But in the lead up to this DLC drop, I've started a new game where I'm starting from scratch. And you have 2 ways that you can pick, or 3 ways you can pick up mechs in this game. And that is through just buying them, getting them as mission rewards, or salvaging mechs you destroy. And so the challenge run I'm doing is I'm only using mechs that I have picked up off the battlefield.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I'm struggling right now because I can't use any of the mechs that I really enjoy and really like because I'm too early in the game and I haven't encountered them yet.
You've done this to yourself.
Yeah.
You have
Yep.
done this to yourself.
Yep. So there was a mission where I think it was the first time I ran into a mech called the Wolverine that showed up. Big and really fucking hardy mech for its size. And I'm just like, give me. I'm immediately going after that thing and taking it out as fast as possible for the chance to pick it up. And depending on how you kill the mech will determine the chances that you can pick it up. You shoot off the head, congratulations, you're probably going to get it. It's just going to be very expensive. You destroy almost the entire mech, it's going to be significantly cheaper. It's just going to be really expensive to fix. Or if you do what I did and accidentally shoot the reactor and cause it to explode,
Wow.
no chance.
So, CJ,
Mhm.
why are you the host?
Well, that is probably a question people have been asking since we started this.
A little
episode.
bit.
Yes.
What the same hell's going on, sir? Why are you the boss of us now?
It is because, as I think we've already hinted, if not outright said it a few times, we're doing another pack creation episode, finally. It was so fun last time.
It's about a year ago.
Yeah.
Along with
Yep.
the premiere of This Week in Bullshit. Hey, fucking
Yep.
thanks for listening to the podcast.
It's so weird it was that long ago already. Because people have asked. People really like that one. It was a lot of fun, but like, oh, you guys need to keep going on that.
But I remember me and Porter have talked about it a few times. It was like, what angle do we go with it? How do we, make it not just the exact same thing as last time? And I pitched the idea of, maybe revolving host and each one coming up with, the setting, the basic details, and maybe the twist. Like Porter did with the last one.
The twist. Kind of.
And I already had some ideas brewing, so I am the captain now.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
But yeah, we want to get started on this. I will say, but one of the challenges for this right now, getting it started, was trying to figure out which sept I wanted to get you guys, started, or what location to get you started with these ideas. And I finally decided, you know what? Porter didn't use the Sweet Summer Rain last time because it felt like a little indulgence. I remember us having that conversation. I don't have that problem because I've never really gotten to talk about my own personal sept that I've been brewing up.
Oh. I got excited for a second.
So I was
and now
gonna
I'm
say,
not excited.
What do you mean? We're going to summer rain again? Fun!
It's like, oh my god, I get to make my character fucking... Oh.
I mean, you could, with the angle that I'm working on here.
We'll find out.
The main sept that you guys are going to be forming up this pack is going to be what the sept that I use called Camp Firehawk. Basically, Garu Boot Camp, and you are all being sent here for your initial training. You've gone through your first change, you're being sent here, you're being put into a pack. Now, why are you here? Is it favors due? You were in the area, maybe you're going to forward operating sept who doesn't have the needs to trade you, and they're just go over here. But yeah, to give the little extra details is Camp Firehawk is one that is in Yellowstone National Park. The reason why it's there is it's keeping the peace / training new cubs from the 9 septs that are in this, or the 9 cairns that are in this area.
Wow.
That is in the world of a world of rage. It is detailed. It might not be 9, it might be 7, but
it's more than
a ridiculous number of cairns.
Yeah, that is an absurd number of cairns. It's like someone forgot the meaning of the word cairn or the purpose of whatever. Wow, that's a lot.
So your Camp Firehawk is to train new ones and then have them disperse out to the other 17?
Potentially, or stay in the area, or just generally help keep the peace. Because when you have this many Garu in one geographical area...
that was going to be my next question.
Yeah, I mean, someone's got to guard the 47 cairns.
Yeah, and I figured starting off with, fresh changers coming to camp for training or various reasons, be it favors or you were just in the area.
I'm going to cheat.
Why are you going to cheat?
Because it'll be fun for me.
Yep.
Is it really cheating, though?
No, but I'm going to use the word cheat because that's fun for me, too.
Fair.
Are all these surrounding cairns different tribes?
Yes, they are, and they are detailed. And I do have a list of them because I figured might as well just have that reference. You have a Child of Gaia cairn called the Snake River cairn. Really fucking cool name for the tribe. I'm going to be honest.
Yes.
That is a really cool name.
It's not what I expected, but I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
You have the Geta Fenris at the Towerfall cairn.
I like that even more.
The Shadow Lords at the Electric Peak cairn.
I mean, a little on the nose, but not bad. Okay.
The Silver Fangs have the Eagle's Peak.
Again, on the nose. Yeah.
Well, it'd be the Falcons.
Yeah.
It's a little on the nose.
The Uktena are in the area, and they have the Roaring Mountain.
Okay, that's fucking rad.
And then the Wendigo plus some Red Talons have the Undying Falls.
Plus some red talons. That's interesting.
And these are all listed in the actual World of Rage book.
I am so torn right now. Like, I'm eager to get started. I haven't been thinking about this because I didn't know the parameters and that would actually be cheating. So, but now that I've heard our location, there's part of me that wants to take advantage of that in my knowledge.
Okay.
And do a fun thing, a fun shout out thing.
Let's do it.
I don't know if I want to, so screw you.
Okay.
Because my other thing is, do I want to do a Red Talon?
Yeah, because now that's an option.
Right? And like, that sounds like that would be a fun challenge, doesn't it?
If I noticed that was an option, the first thing in my head was, oh yeah, Porter's probably going to do that.
Yeah, I'm a little stuck. I'm a little torn because I don't know which way I would go.
See, I happen to know that there's an NPC, or I believe, I might be wrong now, but I happen to be under the opinion that there is an NPC in the main sept.
CJ sept.
Named, correct me if I get this name wrong, Eeyore Gingivitis. I'm getting it wrong.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Who was played once upon a time in a Wild West scenario by a friend of the show. So part of me desperately wants to make Ginger's grandson.
I was like taking a second to go.
See, Gingivitis.
No, I got it now.
Yep.
But
one of her characters is an NPC that is currently used in this set.
Whatever.
Ivor tells you once.
Part of me
shout out Ginger.
Right. Part of me is tempted to create your grandson.
A little early for that, but could be interesting.
Timeverse is a motherfucker. All right.
So we got some of what Porter's thinking here. What about you two? Any other ideas immediately springing to mind?
Oh, man.
If Porter ends up making a red Talon, my first instinct is to go Child of Gaia.
Okay.
Why is that?
It just seems like a humorous matchup with the direction of Child of Gaia that my brain is thinking.
Oh, no.
So you're just going against the grain because it's funny, is what you're saying.
Not like in a super gritty way.
I like what you're saying.
Could be interesting.
Yeah. The secondary option is maybe a Wendigo. I do enjoy Wendigos. I've never made one or attempted to make one, though.
Okay.
I'm very torn on this. Because then on one hand, I'm like, I want to create something that I haven't done before. But on the other hand, it's like, well, it would definitely matter on what everyone else picks.
Why?
Why would it matter?
Yeah.
Well, one, I don't want to do the same thing over again. And two, I don't want it to be so far-fetched that it wouldn't make sense.
But what does that have to do with who we pick?
Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with what we pick.
Oh,
I could make a Wendigo and you could make a Wendigo, but they might be entirely different people with different backgrounds and different goals.
I mean,
Same thing with the Child of Gaia.
I fear I would hear everyone else's and let it, what's the word?
Influence you?
Yes, thank you.
Well, then
I fear it would influence me more than it should.
Well, then go. You start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we fix that. Is you have to go first.
I'm still.
Good job.
Or
Don't you feel better?
Somebody mind.
this could also be a really good exercise in trying not to do that.
Yeah.
True. Very true. I mean, and at the same time, I also like some of those names where like, oh, Towerfall sounds awesome. Roaring Mountain. Say it again?
Yep. That was the Get Karen.
Right.
The first one. Yep.
Yeah. That's what I'm leaning towards the most, but again, I already did a Get.
Do a different Get.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I go with a Get Ragabash.
Okay.
That's what I got so far. So that's just
Okay.
that's it.
Being
So
from
far.
the area? Because that's the other thing is, are you guys from like the local area, go through your first changes here, or coming from somewhere else?
I think what's in my head now is his family, I guess you go with it, is from Towerfall, and they sent me here because they don't have time for me right now. Go here. When you're worthy, you can come back.
Okay. That does work with what I've got in mind for here in a little bit.
Oh, so we're going to get fucking bamboozled.
Yep.
He's not done. All right, Em, what are you thinking? We're going to see if I'm going to play ball or not.
Well, I was maybe thinking Child of Gaia or the Wendigo.
Okay.
And now I'm trying to decide between the two, now that I've been put on the spot, what direction I would go.
Could always roll a die or flip a coin.
This is true. I could grab my dice.
It's not like we all probably have dice nearby.
As Porter pulls his out.
Dice. I pulled out my dice. Damn it.
Oh.
Oh,
What?
Odds or evens?
No, just rolling for auspice.
Nice. Okay.
Ah,
Really?
Ooh.
I rolled
That's fun.
Ragabash, and I want to take it from Danny, so I
Fair. Thank you.
well, I mean, you already called dibs. Let's get some fucking
Well,
diversity in auspice.
You
Yeah.
also said forced me to make dibs, so
All right, we're going to go with a Child of Gaia.
okay.
And we are going to go with eliminating your guys's Galliard.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So a child of Gaia, Galliard,
Mm-hmm.
and
Named Happy Song.
and I guess now we're just kind of waiting for Porter's.
Are we? Because you can develop characters. I'm still making my mind up.
Okay.
So there are other things we can be doing while I'm doing that,
That's
so as
fair.
to not have dead air for an hour and a half.
Well, I thought it was more of a secret reveal here. That's
No. I'm not doing a bit. I just haven't made up
Yeah.
my mind.
fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
because there's also so I did ask Danny this. M, is your character, from one of the local Karens or being brought here for some reason?
I think that my character is from that local Karen.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the one that has way too cool of a name for the tribe.
Such a cool name for the tribe.
It's implausibly cool.
That is so cool.
It should be the Uctena's Karen, now that I'm thinking about it. It's the Snake River.
It really should have been.
It sounds like it really should have been.
I feel like they fucking won that Cairn in like a drum circling tournament or something.
Exact tournament, they won it.
You know, like someone challenged for it, and the guy's like, "Hacky sack, man."
Oh,
And
fuck it up.
so I do feel that this character did grow up in the know.
Okay.
I don't know what direction that is, as in both parents are kinfolk, maybe one parent is Garu. I don't know that yet, but I think they grew up in the know.
So they've been aware this is something they've kind of been preparing for almost?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Danny, what about you? We know you're local. They're sending you here to prove yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Was that just after the first change or similar to M? In the whole life, like preparing sort of thing? Because that sounds like the get.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think it's been a whole life thing. And once he finally changed, like, all right, fuck, thank fuck. Now, get him over there. They've been waiting for that to happen, yeah.
Okay.
I have changed my mind.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I will be playing a Metis Wendigo
Okay.
named Heart of Frost.
I already love it.
I like that name already.
Thank you. I'm sitting on the deformity yet, but I'll get there.
Okay.
That's obviously I grew up in the know, and it has not been pleasant.
Well, you said Metis, so no, it can't be.
Yeah.
I mean, if my character was a Metis, it would have been a more pleasant experience.
It's true.
True.
A more pleasant than the Wendigo. Sure, it still doesn't make it pleasant.
I mean, it's a Coggy sept.
It's the Child of Gaia sept.
Right.
It would have been a lot more pleasant.
Okay, fair.
Although
I mean,
our
they
Metis
wouldn't
is,
have been like braiding her hair every day.
God
but
damn it! I was just gonna say, fucking yeah, our Medicis could get in like talk about their shared experiences, and you'd be like, yeah, what about hair braid Thursdays? That was so much fun. And I'm like, nah, Thursdays at my place does not get stabbed in the face.
So one of the things that was running through my head is perhaps my character might be a Metis growing up in the know in a cog sept.
Well, you know, I can swap it out because we have at least two more of these to go, right under you and under Danny. So I can make a lupus and a Metis later. That's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You know, to keep it swapped up. So if you want the Metis this time, that's fine by me. I'm not married to this, you know.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
I'm also not married to it. So
Mhm.
It's like you've been here for all 5 minutes of the idea existing.
Yeah.
Right?
About 30 minutes.
Because I was going to bring up, if Porter, you do go with the Metis. Danny, your characters, how do you feel about getting stuck with a Metis for your first pack?
I wouldn't call it stuck with a Metis.
You wouldn't, I would.
You sure?
I would call it stuck with the no. I was gonna say stuck with the Fenris over there.
Oh. Take that, Hans Gruber.
No, see, I would like, fuck, you threw me with a Metis. God damn it. But then, like, oh, you stuck me with the Gad. Like, oh, you should only be so lucky you get stuck with me.
Is that your Ragabash? Is it going to be a hard line get?
I'm not sure yet.
It seems a bit odd for a Ragabash.
I'm still working it here. It's not 100% thing.
Hey, I questioned the ways, and the ways said, fuck you.
He got super indoctrinated.
Right? It's like, I questioned it, and I felt that the ways were correct, so shut the fuck up. Yeah. You're an abomination.
Now I'm questioning your ways.
Exactly. I didn't send me to question our ways. She sent me to question yours.
I mean, it's kind of where I'm leaning, but like, it's not a 100% thing yet.
Okay. I mean, it's an interesting way to take it, that's for sure. Okay. But pretty set on Get Offenders right now?
I think so.
Okay. And same thing with Child of Gaia?
Yeah.
I can lock in if you need me to.
It's up to you. It's in case any other ideas come immediately before we start really getting, into the characters.
Did you want the meta spot? Last chance.
Did roll off for it. Highest number gets it. Or lowest number.
You feel the lowest number there, yeah.
Let's roll for it. Because I can't decide. I can't decide yes or no. So
right? Like I'm giving her the option. She's like, I don't know if I want it.
I don't know if I want it. So we're gonna
So was
roll.
it higher or lower? And I guess that would be CJ's call.
Let's go lower.
7.
All right.
It's my
5.
dice roll. It's my dice luck. So yeah, we got the Child of Gaia Metis.
Okay.
Awesome. So yeah, the pack's brought together for the first time. You're getting your, basic trading that you haven't already gotten in your set, or you already have gotten, and you're going through it again. That's up to you how your character takes it.
Yeah, I think that's how I would take it. Yeah. Like, oh, I already fucking know this. Can we just get past this, please?
Fair enough. Getting everybody up to speed, how to fight, how to shift. Rite of Passage comes around. Let's get you guys an actual tribe and pack. And a different totem shows up for each of you. I got this idea thanks to the Discord one day. They were talking about character ideas, and it was the Rejects pack where they were all chosen by the wrong totem.
Oh, so what are our new tribes?
Up to you. If you can't pick your original tribe, which one? Be it the opposite, the adjacent, or...
Okay.
So, your hardline, born and raised, get a Fenris.
So you can't
Fenris said, fuck you.
Okay. So I was raised Metis, Child of Gaia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow.
That's a hell of a twist, sir. I'm mad, but I like it. Because I was very hard line on this.
Yeah, that really fucks you up.
A little bit, but
That's funny.
but it's good.
No, that's really good because you were going to make the same character. Like he was already looking like the same guy.
He was already looking like
He was already the same guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking like that. Yeah. Okay.
You're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it a little different, and it's going to be the same man except with 2 arms.
I will be honest, Danny. There was the little just evil hand rubbing STU thing as you started to describe your character. Like, okay, this is gonna be perfect. Let's get him out of his comfort zone. You're playing right into it.
I'm impressed with it. I like it.
You know what makes this worse? I'm going to be a get now.
I see it too. And then no matter who I pick,
because you're going to be resentful as shit.
Exactly. I was going to say
Fenris chose me and not you.
That's exactly what I was thinking. As this part of this pack, he is going to be super. And the fact that he'll be the all-round, he's going to be super resentful of the entire thing.
I can just see it. You're getting your Mufasa in the sky moments. Fenris is like walking in to choose his packmate.
And he walks
Danny's
past
character,
me.
like getting down on a knee to like show his full respect, and he just ignores your existence.
Oh my god!
Here's an alternate take on that. Right? It's Daddy. You have come here as a proud cat of Fenris, looking to step. Hey, wait, who's that guy? Hey, sir, wait, come here.
Never mind.
I choose you.
Oh my god! I can see. Yeah. No matter what the other tribe is going to be, he is going to be super resentful of Mr. Get Ouron over here.
So, we got a particular second choice tribe?
No, not offhand. So this is going to be a second year. But I think...
Go for it.
Oh, you know what?
I mean, it can't be a Get, it can't be a Red Talon, and it can't be a Black Fury. So guess what?
That's a D10.
Yeah, it's a D10.
Okay. And we're going to roll for it too, then.
I got to rename him now, but that's fine.
I also don't think it could be I don't think it can be a Silverfang.
No, I guess it can.
You never know. You could have some old ancestry.
I'm going to lean toward away. I'll lean away from that. So, ready? Because I don't know what the numbers are going to represent now. So
well, they'd be alphabetical order. Minus.
Yeah.
Minus Black Fury, Red Talon,
Right.
Silverfang, Get. And that'd be 4.
4? Well, Glasswalker.
Well, I
would say roll again.
Yeah, I'd say roll again because we had Haywire with the Glasswalker was last time. So there's another one off the board.
Man, look at this guy. He's going to do out of all of them he doesn't want.
Which one do you want? Just tell us.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I know what the answer is, but it's a 2.
That would be Child of Gaia.
Yep. Oh.
That's even better.
I think
frankly.
so.
That is.
I hate it.
Yeah.
But I
Enjoy.
hate it. But I think it's going to be an awesome character right now.
Enjoy. Wow, this is good.
Oh, we've already got some interesting little dynamics here.
Oh no.
Like, I can just imagine getting over the pain from not being chosen by Fenris.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the 1-2 punch of Unicorn trotting up to you.
Yeah.
I will say, this is one of those fun moments of thinking ahead in the future. Will he go home after this?
No. I think the only way he goes home is if he's forced to, if there's like a job or something and he's forced to. I think like I said, it's going to be super resentful of his own packmate at this point. He's going to be embarrassed.
Oh, well, yeah, I'd imagine that his old friends at the Sept are going to give him no end of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll call him Gumdrop.
Oh.
There's no way they're not going to make fun of him.
I know.
All day long.
Oh, yeah.
No, he won't go back home unless he's forced to. This is an embarrassment.
Okay, so we got those two. What about you, Em?
So I'm having a little bit of trouble kind of visualizing what other totem would come down and accept a Metis Child of Gaia.
Bonar.
You can roll for it again.
I
Right there.
I have a couple in my mind that might work, but
I see either Black Fury or Bonar at that point.
I was thinking Black Fury, Bonar, Uxina was also a possibility. Maybe a Stargazer.
Stargazer could be neat. My first thought was actually the worst idea. Fianna.
Oh,
So that was also one of the things in my head, but then I remembered how they feel about them.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's
Which
not up
is-
to them. It's up to
That
Stag.
is true.
Right.
It's up to Stag.
I was
It's
leaning
not
on the
up to
Galliard of
culture
it.
around.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wasn't,
She was a Galliard.
Was it Red Fiona? The character from the Hounds?
Yeah, she was around Fiona.
That's right. She was the weirdo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like almost like the.
It's not even
Harley
because it was
Quinn.
two Glass Walkers, a fucking
Yep.
a Shadow Lord and a Fiona. It
Yeah.
wasn't that weird.
But yeah.
All right. Yeah. So
I think Bonard be neat. But I'm not
Bonard
playing the
could be
character, so
Yeah.
We've got. I'm going to roll for it between those three. We've got Stargazer, Bonar,
Blackberry.
Blackberry.
So what are you going like 1 to 4, 5 to 7, and 8, 9, 10?
I'm gonna grab a D6 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay. I often forget that people have other dice other than D10s.
he's been so indoctrinated. He's going to play Yahtzee one day. And go, what the fuck are these?
Are
many
these
steps is this?
square?
Yeah. What?
Where's the other side?
He's gonna get Yahtzee and yell 6 successes or 5 successes.
It's a whole cube. It's funny because I have this dice game. Just real quick, I have this dice game. You just throw the dice, whatever. But it's they're all D6s, and I hear dice as I'm shaking the box because you're moving and shit. I'm like, oh sweet, there's more dice, and I open the box up and it's just these D6s. I'm like, what the fuck are these? I don't remember these at all.
So what we get?
We got a Stargazer.
Hey,
Okay.
all
Neat.
right.
So a Stargazer, a Geta Fenris, and a Child of Gaia.
What a disaster. What the fuck am I doing here?
Oh
I mean,
my.
one of these does not belong.
Is it that one?
I think it's me.
I was saying, oh yeah.
Is it that one?
So
This is definitely a. I don't want to say a hodgepodge, but this is a weird combination.
I feel like
Yeah.
I should probably make a change to better accommodate the pack.
okay.
I mean, we haven't come up with the actual character stuff yet, which
Yeah.
could make a huge difference. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at an off-round Geta Fenris in a pack with a Metis, Stargazer, and a Child of Gaia with a chip on his shoulder.
Uh-huh.
We're doing this, and we, the first time we did this as well. This is about the exercise of creating a pack together. I mean, there's the extra hoops to jump through to make it more fun, but really we're about creating a pack together, which means pack synergy is important, and they don't always have to get along. But
Yeah.
I think what we had come up with here was a recipe for disaster,
Yeah.
A little bit.
right? A pack that's inherently broken. So I'm going to switch to a Bonar.
Okay.
I'm keeping the auspice. I rolled the auspice. I'm keeping the fucking auspice.
Fair.
But I'll go Bonar because that's less of a hardline tribe.
Mm-hmm.
The mix between a Bonar, a Child of Gaia, and
Okay.
a Stargazer, I think is going to work together. It's going to be more harmonious than the all-round get
Agreed.
in a pack of,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term, non-combatant
Hey.
Garu.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
former Wendigo, now Get.
Right.
With a former get that was not chosen by Fenris.
That line is
And-
so hard, my ex-girlfriend chipped a tooth.
And then the former child, like raised child of Gaia, Metis,
Right. So,
who is now a Stargazer.
So now I'm not just resentful of you. I'm just a resentful person in general.
well, that's up to you.
No, yeah,
but
but yes,
the
that's-
difference is by having my character be the tribe that you were supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
breeds resentment it breeds conflict. It breeds resentment from Jump Street, whether you want it to or not.
Oh, yeah,
whether
that's
that's the
what it
character
does.
you created or not.
Yeah.
You know. So this now it removes that.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
what do you think? Rags to Stitches.
Okay.
Ooh.
stitches because fighting because round.
Mm-hmm.
Man, okay, that's good. Working title fair. I have nowhere close to what I could think of for a deed name yet.
What's we're doing? We're getting there. Let's build these characters. Let's let the host the show. How about that, Porter?
Yeah.
You prick.
Oh no, we're the cooperative aspect of it. Let's help make these characters now. We've got the hardline stuff. We got the twist out of the way. But yeah, so we've got our possible rags to stitches here. The former Wendigo, now Bonar. Which now that I'm thinking about that is the recipe to get a potentially hardline character to, in the future, maybe relax a bit.
Quite possibly, but it also depends on how hardline I was into the Wendigo, and
True.
I wasn't so much. I came from Wendigo stock.
Yeah.
But I wasn't raised in the nation, unlike you, these peoples.
Okay. Actually, hey Danny, I do have something that could help with your Child of Gaia.
Okay. Well, because like what you just said, the whole needs to relax thing. I kind of went off on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what he needs to relax, because he was so hardline. He wasn't chosen by what he wants. He's super resentful of it now.
And this is where I can imagine you having some long discussions with a particular elder of the Sept.
Okay.
One that I have talked about before, the leader of the Sept, Peacemaker, the Philodox Child of Gaia.
Okay.
I think the only other Child of Gaia in this, the only other Child of Gaia in the Sept.
But I like him as the Philodox. I like you bringing him to me as the Philodox, because again, this is going to give the Ragabash something to go off of and use, but also he's probably going to calm the fuck down a little bit.
He is also, where Porter has his East Coast and West Coast Child of Gaia. I've made my own distinction between I like those distinctions, but I've also added the Southern Child of Gaia. The classic, almost stereotypical cowboy at times of the, we'll tell you how it is, we'll be relatively laid back, but if he needs to, he's got no problem shooting a man dead.
So John Dunn.
Yeah, that's who he's based off of.
I love it.
But specifically to give you his vibe, it is the scene at night with the bikers.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes of the show.
So much so I may have brought this as a tradition of any of the kids who are like, I just want to go, why can't I leave? I want to go home. He might take them out into the woods at night to dig their own grave, to let them know you're either going to work, train, and become a proper warrior of Gaia, or you're never leaving.
Or that will be your home.
Give him that little reality check.
That was one of my favorite fucking scenes of that show.
Yeah. How might that affect this ultra resentful former get?
Whew. I feel like it's going to be a lot of hard lessons, and they're not going to be very easily learned.
Okay. I do have a potential D name that you could probably use.
Hit me. Even if
Nox.
you don't like it. Whoa.
Knox or Hard Knocks, because that's the school you got to go to.
But as a Children of Gaia, huh?
Yeah. Remember, your character is that super resentful former get. Hey, you're no longer get. You're going to have to learn how to not be get. Or how to put that shit behind you, sort of thing.
Okay. It's not bad. I'm not sure I'm totally in love with it, but it might grow, so.
Just offering ideas.
Porter, you got something brewing. I can kind of get a sense this.
Yeah, I'm creating. Leave me alone. It's not my turn to talk yet. It's fine.
Em, you got anything specifically right now for this character? How they might adjust to it, or what kind of adjustments might need to be made?
Well, before I'm figuring out adjustments, I'm trying to figure out what the deformity that this metis might have, because that might also play into what adjustments might need to be made.
No hair. Couldn't participate in Braid Thursdays.
Your hands and feet are reversed.
Maybe you have a horn.
Yeah, so horns is one that I was thinking.
Oh, I was thinking the singular one since you were a child of Gaia originally.
I was thinking two of them, little ones, because that's very prey-like.
Mm-hmm.
Not great for Agaru to look prey-like. The other one I was thinking, because I probably wouldn't play this as a character, but it might be fun to make as a character. Though, could you play it as a character? Blindness?
I mean, you can. That would be a nightmare. But
It would be such a nightmare, wouldn't it?
You'd probably have to stick in lupus for most of the time. Is it a physical deformity or maybe something mental or deal with the more spiritual side of things?
Yeah, it could be less severe. It could be lack of scent. I don't know what a spiritual deformity would be. Or a mental deformity. I mean,
you don't know what a mental deformity could be?
I do know some mental deformities, yes.
It was an example that I've used before for the spiritual one of your reflection is always you in your true form.
Oh, that's
terrible. I love it.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
It was really fun when my character got captured by some hunters. You know, he was playing along and then they looked in the rear view mirror and realized who they actually, or what they actually got.
It's a little rad.
I think I'm going to take it. If that's okay. That seems interesting.
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's your character.
So Metis, reflection is the true form. Metis. And not a child of Gaia anymore. We are a stargazer.
I think I have at least one of every tribe represented, but I think, yeah, Stargazer and Child of Gaia are the lowest populations. So we have an idea of how Danny's character's been dealing with this adjustment.
Not well.
Well,
What about your guy?
Well, not as bad as you would think. As he wasn't raised in the nation.
Okay.
All right. And mom and dad were kinfolk. Or maybe not mom and dad, but there's no direct Garu relative.
Mm-hmm.
However, my great uncle is stationed down here in the Wendigo Sept.
Okay.
Okay. So when the change hit, you know, I'm from Minnesota. And when the change hit, I was sent down there, you know, and I was told that my great uncle would be taking care of me. And I didn't really know him, so it wasn't like a big deal, but I mean, it was like at least I would have some family down there. So I didn't have like some great connection to Wendigo. You know, I'd heard some campfire tales when I was in Coop Scouts, but so getting chosen as a bonar didn't really mean anything because there was no context for me. I've been a little bit ostracized by my great uncle. He doesn't want anything to do with me now because I'm apparently a trash wolf. I don't know what that means.
Oh, this is especially for the the pack. This is great.
You son of a bitch!
Hey, what's wrong? I'll fuck you up, man. I ain't no darn pushover.
I
feel good about that.
Yeah. My character is also not having a very hard time adjusting to the new tribe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, stargazers are relatively balanced.
So very easy for you to transition.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty easy transition. While I had been raised very obviously in a Child of Gaia Sept, a lot of the ideals are relatively the same whenever it comes to, you know, not jumping first to rage, I guess you could say. Maybe less
time, there's the time for it.
Yeah, there is now the time for it. And perhaps having been born originally Metis, I feel that rage could have been more on the surface compared to the other children of Gaia in the Sept. And perhaps this is a good way for me to actually be able to use that rather than constantly being so peaceful.
Yeah.
Perhaps I can have that time to express this rage.
Instead of being forced into like therapy constantly.
Yeah. Instead of having to force it down so consistently. Okay, shift back into the Hamid form. How can I be peaceful here? All right, let's resolve this conflict peacefully. When the Galliards also have quite a few dots of rage starting out as well.
Okay. So one of those, maybe not the right tribe in it as much as how you were raised, but maybe a more fitting one?
Yes. I still need to figure out how to keep a balance on that rage issue, but...
Well, that's part of the journey, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it is part of the journey.
Yeah, not quite like breaking Amish here, but...
Yeah, it's not as bad if I get a little mad every now and again.
Well, no one will tell you. It feels good to let that out every now and then.
It was always so wrong, though. I was always told to calm down, keep it peaceful.
Nah. That's all I got right now. Just the all around. You know, I'm no pushover. A scrappy little bitch. Motherfucker is what I am.
Fuck that.
I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody, but sometimes you want to smack somebody up the side of the head.
That's right. Sometimes you got to whoop side their head. And what's your language?
I'm trying to think of a voice here. It's like, oh, I wouldn't know what the voice would be.
I'm just channeling Fargo right now.
I figured that's the first thing I thought of too.
So I'm not swearing. It's Minnesota nice. You know?
You're just so close to Canadian.
I don't put up with foul language. Well, it's close to the border. I don't put up with the foul language.
Is smack supposed to be a bad word?
Well, I said fuck that.
Yeah, use the F word.
I used the F word.
Yeah, use the F word.
Okay. So, any more ideas starting to shake loose, Danny, now that we've gone through those?
Oh, no. I'm still laughing at Fargo. I'm still laughing at Fargo. Oh, that, and I'm trying to think of a voice. Yeah, because Porter kind of...
Well, you don't need to have an act. Don't worry about, that.
Yeah.
Like...
No, but I also don't want to make Jaeger again, and I don't want to make Haywire again, and I don't want to make Rico again.
Well, you're working on a Ragabash, one who has that resentment issue from, not being chosen by Fenris.
Right, so I still have they still resent me, and that's kind of all I've got so far. The problem is that resentment is so hard. So it's so very frontal lobe right now.
Well, maybe then go the other way with it.
Okay.
Instead of being angry and resentful, which makes a lot of sense when your probably alpha is, the get a Fenris on round you wanted to be and made 3 times. But what if you turn that the other way? And it's not that he's angry, he's sad. Turn that into self-loathing. Why aren't I good enough? Why didn't Fenris pick me? I'm supposed to be a get. My family was get. What's so wrong with me that I can't be a get of Fenris? And now you take the fact that you're a Ragabash and you turn, you're cracking jokes and you're being a lighthearted guy to cover your own insecurity.
You were supposed to go home once you proved yourself. And you're never going to do that now, right?
Well, if he could still prove himself, if he could still fight, maybe he could. But would he think of that?
No, he's not going to think of that. I think Porter's right.
Well, it's the opposite of,
which is what I've made so far. Yeah.
Right.
No, you're right. Fuck. That kind of turned everything around here. So I don't want to say I just started over, but like everything that was there is gone. So it's definitely a sad moment. I think that kind of puts more of that extra spin on that for you, CJ, because of the name you said, the Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
maybe the name's all he's got going on now. Like, this is the only thing keeping him from just dropping below 0.
Because I could also imagine, like, hearing the stories of the other tribes from that Get point of view and that Get perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But with, the only other actual child of Gaia in the set being kind of the antithesis of it, if not a more moderate view. What does it mean to be child of Gaia Fair Guy now that he has this new beginning, this new start? Because, well, yeah, Fenris didn't pick you. Maybe make Fenris regret it. Maybe it goes from that, resentment and to self-loathing to maybe continuing out of spite.
Okay. I think it would take a little while to get there, though.
Yeah.
If these are fresh characters, then that's
I think
that's for the journey for the future, I suppose.
Right. Yeah. But maybe could start planting some of the seeds of like that kind of nature in the character.
The other way you could go is fuck him if he can't take a joke. This is still a ragabash we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe leave your all-around tendencies at the door, right? And maybe he's okay with the fact that fucking Unicorn chose him, because at least a Children Gaia can fucking relax. Like the size of the stick up the Get of Fenris in that sept.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an option too.
yes.
And like a lot of these I can see bleeding into each other, or once again, like leading from one to the other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
don't see it happening immediately, but I see that.
But what I am seeing is, Danny, you have so far played a certain type of character or created a certain type of character, and they're pretty well in line with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There are patterns that emerge here.
Sure.
For example, the short temper, the tendency to put one's foot in one's mouth, leaping before looking.
I have no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah, great. But these are patterns. Yes. So how do we break these? Is instead of being the one who we're laughing, maybe this is a character we laugh with and not at.
I would appreciate
instead of
that.
That's not our fault.
No, you're
right.
Right.
When you're like, hey, KT, can I have like a pop or a blowjob? Will you love me forever?
Can I let you take a shower?
Yeah. Do you need help in the bathtub? I could scrub your vagina for you. I mean, like instead of shit like that.
I could grab your clothes for you. Where's your underwear drawer?
No hands, I promise. No, don't worry. I'll only take the dirty ones. But see how I'm making jokes here? But you see how I'm making jokes here?
Yes, of course.
Maybe your character's the one who's making those jokes.
Okay.
Instead.
Okay.
Right? Maybe you're the one that goes to KT and says that, and everyone thinks that you're joking because you are joking.
Okay.
And not just not knowing how to talk to women. Or being a monster.
or being a monster. Okay.
You watch. End of this chronicle, we find out he's secretly been a spiral all along. Spoilers for Where Guy Takes Us.
Oh, no.
We'll see about that, yeah.
That's probably not true.
Could
you imagine, though?
No.
No, but you know what I'm saying?
All along, Colin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time.
Lean into lightness and humor.
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not the boss of your character.
No. You're right. But at the same time, I feel like I kind of feel bad because now we're putting way too much focus on my character and we're taking everything off of your two characters.
We're not taking shit off our characters.
Yeah, no. It's important to develop each of these characters. This is just our time to develop your character.
Right. Okay. And I suspect Em and I will do this quicker. I think. I've created a lot of characters. It's not going to take me this long.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think you're right. He's definitely the jokester, but again, it's more of to take away from the resentment.
Maybe to heal the pain. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's cool, but that's layered, right? So on the surface, I know originally you had that idea before Ricochet of the guy who could dish it out but couldn't take it.
Mm-hmm. Mouth.
Yes, that's right.
Essentially, it would just be mouth, yeah.
Maybe you're dishing it out because you can take it. So you had been you go home after this, right? Here, not a get. You're just going to go pick up a few of your things to go on to whatever it is that we're doing. And perhaps some of the get offenders aren't looking at you. A few others are kind of like, why is he here? Why is he back? And you're like, maybe making jokes like, oh no, look at me, I'm invisible. Or, ooh, everybody's looking at me, so popular. I wonder why.
Yeah, dude, that hair thing she was doing too.
Yeah, you do the hair thing that I was just doing.
It would take a lot for me to do that.
Yeah, you're kind of poking fun at yourself because everybody in that room or in that space, their attention is on you. So you're going to poke fun at yourself or make some kind of joke to lighten the mood for yourself and hopefully get everybody else to question why they're overreacting, why that stick is so far up their ass.
And see, that's the thing. Like, the more I talk about it, the more, and especially for Danny, right? Mm-hmm. To get him out of his comfort zone, how to get out of that wheelhouse he's fucking built up. Right? That, yeah, maybe it's not the inadequacy of I'm not good enough because I didn't make it, right? Maybe we're not telling jokes to hide that secret pain, but maybe it is, yeah, you touched a bullet.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Right, like maybe there's such hard asses and they're no fun, and like, oh great, they can beat up the most people. I don't want to beat up the most people.
Right.
Fucking.
You spent your entire childhood growing up in Marine Corps boot camp.
Right.
You can finally relax.
Yeah, I want to kind of combine those two situations there. He's going back for his stuff. Like, oh, you're back. I was like, oh, thank God. No, I'm not. No. We're not back.
You had your first night's sleep, but you weren't worried about getting jumped in the middle of the night.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was like, no, we're not back. And I can fucking finally sleep over it.
And I could even see a little bit of, there's going to be some weirdness right in the show. Yeah. Because they're so the opposite direction.
Right.
So there's going to be a little uncomfortableness there too. Like, are you guys kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you mean there's only 2 guys on fucking guard duty?
Right. And I see some of that.
Right. But again, you're so happy that it's not 12 people and they're not whipping you with barbed wire.
Right.
Or you're the one that walks in, so everybody's being really friendly with each other around the dinner table, chatting. So you walk in, are we going to braid each other's hair after this, or what's going on?
Right, and they're like, oh, he's kind of a jerk, but that's kind of funny. Mm-hmm. Right, and moreover, hey, look, they saved food for you, as opposed to taking the food that was left so you couldn't have any and making you fight to get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, did someone want the cornbread? Come on, son. Come on, son, kick my ass and take it. And they're like, hey, here's some fucking, well, not steak, but some mushrooms or whatever we do instead.
Well, even with cornbread, like, hey, I got a last piece. You want it? And I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, not only
stuck
that,
on bond detail. You're stuck on of having to stay awake constantly. Maybe somebody comes over and it's like, here, you want a cup of coffee?
Yeah. And then he's going to be looking and make sure nothing's in the coffee.
Right, like don't spit in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a little hungry after eating all your dinner, so you pick up your bowl to make a joke. Please, sir, can I have some more? And somebody's like, oh yeah, of course, go get some.
Right?
Like, what the fuck just happened? What do you mean?
I think. What do you think about that?
I like this. Yeah, it's developing a little bit more. I like it. It's an easier development too. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course. Thank you for the help, everybody. Yeah.
Of course, and it's a different direction
than I'm
because you're talking, and I'm just watching you revert back to Jaeger.
Yep, so was I.
Yeah. It's like three stories from now, and this is Jaeger again.
And I was afraid I was doing that when I picked the get, but I was okay with it because of the whole twist.
Yeah, and that was honestly one of the reasons why I didn't mention maybe don't do get again. Because I knew that twist was coming.
In retrospect, fucking awesome. Yes, I get it. And also, thank you.
I was genuinely surprised because I was like, oh, I'm going to make a child with Gaia.
Yep.
Wait a second. I have to make another decision.
I'm pretty psyched about that swap. That was good.
Yeah.
That was a fun swap.
Yeah. I'm glad I rolled for it too. This helped.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, got a new name in mind, or sticking with something like Nox, or?
I think, yeah, it's Hard Knocks and then the short for Nox.
Okay. So we want to move over to one of y'all two and get a little bit more in depth on this character. How they're dealing with it. Because I will say especially for like the Stargazer one, the one Stargazer here is very much kind of your typical, all about it. They're primarily a Theurge, so it is the seeking the balance, trying to moderate everything / dealing with the spirits. So you get a more stereotypical, not Hengi Yokai get a Stargazer kind of mentor if you were to focus on them versus just going your own.
Yeah.
If that influences it at all, or maybe your character doesn't seek them out.
Yeah, I feel that I feel like she was always really relatively independent.
Okay.
And one of her goals was to see some things in the world. Having been Metis, you don't get out much. And I feel like that's probably pretty similar, even in a Child of Gaia sept. And so one of the things she would like to do is to go and see some things, see the world, meet some new people, learn some new things, get some new stories to tell, and actually get some stories to tell that are interesting. And yeah, that's just one of her goals, is to get out and go somewhere, find a story to tell. And why she might seek out this Stargazer to learn a little bit more about the Stargazers and Stargazer culture if she needs to. I don't think it is a number one priority.
Okay. But a little bit of that dealing with the Wanderlust?
Yeah, a little bit of dealing with the Wanderlust. Wanting to... not a lone wolf, of course, because we've got a pack here, but seeing if this pack would be interested in... If that's something we can do, is go out and see something interesting. Because holy moly, I want to see something interesting.
So is that your character name? It's Wanderlust?
I haven't chosen a character name yet, and I don't feel like I don't love that as a character name.
How do you feel about Aurora?
I mean, like Aurora.
There's something beyond that, right? But Aurora, Stargazer deed name.
Yeah.
Asterisk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wanders with the wind?
Wanders with the wind.
Then I just want to call her Windy.
But I will say Aurora is definitely that does sound like a good, it's an actual name.
Right.
But also it's a Child of Gaia. But
it's also
name.
a Child of Gaia name, absolutely.
But it also, there's the Stargazer connotation there too.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here thinking about it, right? Because I'm going like, something like Aurora, hurt through the mirror. I was thinking something also mentioning the deformity, but not as a negative.
Yeah.
Like her true nature is in the mirror, but that's obviously not. It's not even a sentence, much less a deed name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking something with the deed name having to do with where is this located again?
Yellowstone in Montana.
Trying to remember what Montana looks like.
It's dirt, trees, rocks and roads, and Rocky Road ice cream.
That's a good point. Yeah, they do have Rocky Road ice cream.
There's some sky.
No. You got the end of the Rockies. Or one end of the Rockies.
Aurora Coors Light.
Aurora Silver Bullet.
No, you don't want that.
Well, I mean, Coors Light. Silver Bullet.
Maybe something like Aurora Ripples in the Tide or something along those lines. I don't know, because water, reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ripples in the stream, pond, water. I'm very bad at coming up with deed names.
Aurora sings to the stream.
That does bring in the Galliard.
Right.
And it brings in the water, which
right, because
has the connotations towards reflections as well.
Right, see?
So she checks her reflection all the time, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, she probably doesn't, so other people don't see it.
You don't check the reflection. That's why I was trying to do something with ripples in the water, something like that. But sings to the stream, right? Sings to the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Aurora sings to the stream.
Aurora sings to the stream.
Okay.
See, because you got to say it out loud. You got to say it out loud.
Aurora sings to the stream.
Greetings, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I am Aurora sings to the stream, a guide to the stargazers. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
So we've got 2 of the pack names now, or at least the beginnings of, and like starting to get to the point where we could really flesh them out.
Yeah.
What we cooking over there, Porter?
All right. Well, again, Minnesota. I don't want to do the voice anymore. Not for now. Not for now. You know, if we were playing the character, I'd play the character in character.
That's fair.
But we're fucking talking right now. No, Minnesota. Grew up kind of like a regular kid, maybe a little lower income. He's a little sensitive. There's a couple, he's a little touchy. Maybe a little hard on his sleeve is maybe not a good idea. But so he gets in a lot of fights, or he traditionally has. Had his first change, was sent, because again, there's heritage for the Wendigo, so he was sent down south for great uncle Musty, or whatever. I don't even know. That's your NPC. That's your business, CJ.
Yeah.
I don't know why Musty is in my heart. But
I thought he said Dusty, but that's even better.
It's both.
Dusty, Musty?
Yep. Musty's a family name.
Yeah.
It's of the Northampton Musties. No, so he's sent, down south to be taken care of by great uncle because, hey, fucking guess what? Yay, there's another Wendigo. There's another guy in the family. He's going to take us on Wendigo. Rite of passage happens. Rat shows up.
Yep, and now his uncle
huge bummer for the Sept. Our new Wendigo, fucking Elder Musty Dusty's, heir is gone.
And he's a goddamn trash wolf.
It's a fucking trash wolf. Which again doesn't bother him too much because he doesn't know this family. This is this is the exchange program family at this point, right? Like I've never even seen these fucking people, but they're kin, so they'll take care of me. Well, now I'm on my fucking own, and while I'm not broken up about that because it's all strangers anyway, and also I'm in some sort of weird wilderness cult where I turn into a dog. So that's really more of my focus.
That's fair.
However, I find this whole werewolf shit fascinating, and then I find the whole Bonar aspect a real party foul when it comes to how people treat me. And again, this goes back to his more kind of sensitive nature. So fights ensue because I will not back down.
I like
as a result of my out-round nature.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah,
that's good.
So I'm the it's a little Joe Pesci at a Goodfellas. What do you mean I'm funny? What do you mean I'm funny? What, I'm funny looking? I'm here to amuse you? I'm a clown? What are you talking about? What's so fucking funny about me? Why am I? What are you saying? Saying you told the story well. Calm down. So yeah, he's a little, but of course he's a boner, so people are picking on him.
Yeah, and I mean your uncle calls you a trash wolf and tells you not to come back here, and that he doesn't feel like taking care of you anymore, and he doesn't need to.
Exactly. So I'm not even interested in going back to that sept. I am fine hanging out at the center of the wheel, if you will. And we're still floating on the rags to stitches. That might be too clever by a half, but rags is a fucking nickname. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll pull one out before the episode's over, probably.
Okay. Rags to riches.
Rags to stitches.
So thank you.
I didn't hit the lotto. See, where it's a play on that.
Yes, no, and you're right. I apologize.
Because stitches, because getting beat up.
Yes. Rags to stitches. Hard Knocks, or is it something like there's something a little bit before Hard Knocks?
Probably a blue pill.
Wow.
Heyo. These should be you doing these. Life? You're the ragabash asshole.
Aurora sings to the streams.
Sings to the stream.
I was going to say, Danny, with taking this more the sorry.
Aurora sings to the stream.
Stop saying that.
Hard Knocks. Well, I mean, what? There'd be no purpose of saying 1 and 2 and not the third with everything in between it, right?
And this is where I was going to stop you, Danny, and say, you want to try coming up with a deed name with the idea of that self-deprecating humor?
Or just the humor at all.
Yeah.
The name, it no longer super fits with the change in concept.
Yeah.
Because now it's not the School of Hard Knocks, because you're not going, it's not such a terrible transition.
Yeah.
It's like, thank fuck I'm here.
Okay.
Like, if you still like Knox, that's fine.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Because at that point, it's like, why are you called Knox? Because knock, knock.
Okay.
Always
I
making
like
those
that.
jokes.
I mean, it could just be his last name. Like, maybe he was born Alexander Knox. That's from Batman. It's Robert Wool's character in the fucking first Batman movie.
Do you guys have any ideas or possible ways we could take Danny's new deed name to help him out here?
You're way better at it than I am, so.
I don't know why, but there's part of me that's thinking of almost making a joke at the Get's expense here, just in general.
I'm wondering what direction to go with the joke.
I think he makes a joke about the Get. And someone else takes that and he uses it.
I don't know why, but one of my first ideas that just sprung to mind was stick puller. Because he's already pulled the stick out of his ass. I know.
Funny, but
Yeah.
I don't think we want to.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It was like, this is one of my first thoughts that came to mind. It's not a good one, but maybe spark something for somebody else.
I'm 3/4 there.
Okay.
Right? Because if we're standing on Knox as a first name, it's and I'm searching for my final word, but it's Knox Mox the right.
Yeah.
It's like I'm 3/4 through that fucking swing and I can't finish it.
Wolf? Knox mocks the wolf?
I don't like how the message that sends.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one of those the dance is the spiral sort of things.
Yeah.
Like it sounds right at first, and then you go, wait, what is it supposed to mean? I don't trust you now.
Formerly throws fists.
Knox mocks the fist. I like Knox mocks though. Fucking tongue
I mean, there's part of me that's thinking, it could all be sort of the elaborate joke there of Knox mocks, and then that's just it. What's he mocking? Depends on the day.
But does that sound very Children of Gaia though?
Sounds very ragabash.
Yes.
And you are a ragabash.
Yes.
So,
It's Knox mocks.
Say the whole thing. Run it down. Say the whole thing.
Knox mocks.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
With the Child of Gaia, the ragabash.
Knox mocks. Ragabash. Children of Gaia.
At that point, you do it first name. It's like first name, last name.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to hyphenate that bad boy. I'm Knox Mox.
Yeah.
I knew a guy named Dox. Put your head in the box.
He lived with a fox.
I got a huge cox.
A Cox.
Look, it could have went the other way. Did you want me to do another rhyme that ends with cox?
Is that a fox? I'm not a huge fan of locks.
Fucking like a goddamn head full of rocks.
I can imagine that one's gonna happen a few times.
Okay.
Fucking Knox Mox and his head full of rocks. Hey, forget about it. Hey, oh.
Knox Mox. Children got a Regabash. All right.
Okay. We got Rags to Stitches, the Bonar Akram.
Yeah, around Bonar. Ooh, fuck, no, because he ain't over there. He ain't from New York.
That's the wrong
That's
one.
right, he's, Rags to Stitches, you understand? Sure, yeah. Rags to Stitches, yeah, around Bonar. I'll give you quite the whooping.
You feel me?
Yeah, you just watch your language.
That's why I said you feel me.
I won't feel you.
Send help.
That's right, send help. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we have
Aurora sings to the stream, Galliard of the Stargazers.
okay. Now, I don't remember if we actually decided it or, I know it was brought up at least once. Who's in charge? Who's the pack alpha?
That is a question.
I feel like Knox would be like, somebody take this over. I don't want to fucking do it. Then they were definitely expecting me to, and I am no longer meeting expectations. Bye.
Well, I guess we'll have to take a minute and wait, Well, I don't want to. I almost became Irish. I don't want to be. Really, don't want to be talking at a turn. What the fuck happened to me?
Multicultural individual.
I fucking heard a voice of the jackal. I didn't know voice of the arsehole was alright.
Wow.
Jesus.
It is now. Shit.
No, I think I'm the Aron. I'll fucking take it.
Yeah.
I don't see much pushback against the Coggy and the fucking Mrs. Miyagat over here.
Yeah. As much as the Galliard could be the face of the pack, I'm not sure that we want me as a Metis as the face of our pack.
Right? It seems like Bonaris. It's still. I'm going to take that.
Yeah. Yes, Bonar is maybe a little looked down upon. Sorry, a lot looked down upon by many of the tribes. I don't think it's quite as looked down upon as me, who is the product of breaking the first portion of the litany.
The first fucking rule. The first thing we told you not to do.
My parents did that, and now here I am.
Rule number 1, don't bang your sister. Oops, now we've got Aurora. The first rule.
This is what happens. Are they really that upset about this right now, though? They shouldn't be. It's not that big of a deal.
Well, I think something that works here too, right, is because with that concept of the rejects thing, right, is like these are people who didn't get what they wanted and who had, or unless, in the case of Danny, dodged a fucking bullet, but still was not the future you had in mind for yourself that you told you were going to have.
Absolutely.
It worked out to your advantage. However, you've got M here who has come up as a Metis, and like even with the child of Gaia, that's still not an ideal existence. And then you have this guy who has always been a little fucking raw about his station in life. So I can definitely see where these three bond, or at least in terms of me here, of Rags, getting a hold of, not getting a hold of, but growing attached to the other two.
Okay.
Just that natural inclination to protect them from the same kind of shit that pushes my buttons and has always gotten me into trouble.
I fucking love that.
You are not picking on my fucking pack sister. Well, she's a stupid Metis. Fucking, well,
yeah.
I mean, okay, but now I'm going to fucking break your jaw. So,
yeah. You're new.
Yeah, but she's my
Garth.
fucking stupid packmate sister Metis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, don't swear.
Yeah, you're new to the
Garu Nation.
concept of being Garu and the Garu Nation. So perhaps after, the rite of passage, we've met up. We are now a pack. We have sat down and had some conversations, and you ask us about our lives since we both grew up in the nation. What has this been like for you? What kinds of things do I need to know in order to survive here, being a part of this? And so we start telling you about our very unique experiences, which are vastly different and probably a lot negative. And that kind of really gets you on our side, ready there to defend us readily.
Very defensive, yes.
I think that conversation is probably where Knox realizes he dodged a bullet.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. This is that conversation that he's realizing. And
I can imagine
where he starts to getting that D name, too.
Yeah, I can imagine starting off full of pride, talking about all the stuff you did, preparing to be a Garu and how let down you are, but slowly realizing, that fucking sucked.
That could have been a whole lot worse.
Right? Because and that's the thing is the 3 experiences, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Aurora grew up in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Fucking Knox grew up nation adjacent.
Right.
Because while, he was read in, he learned a lot of stuff, he wasn't Garu. And you're not Garu yet, so there's a lot you don't get. You don't. I don't care what your name is. You're not walking around the cairn. You're not allowed in the cairn.
Right.
Because you, at best right now, are kinfolk or nothing. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you're kinfolk, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. And where I have no idea what any of this shit is. What's a Jaro? That's Garu. Whatever, man. There's whiskey in the Jaro. I like that song.
I love that song.
Well, so do I, but I'm making fun of my stupid character who doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
He guy's a moron. He has no Garu knowledge.
I mean, it's fair.
I'm not sure what the culture is around the raising of Garu kinfolk, but I imagine it's relatively if they're likely to have their first change, keep them well trained in a way that is very physically demanding. So maybe you didn't want to be doing all this, but you'd have to wake up every morning and go on a run with your cousins or something.
Yep.
I'm sure
it's kind of like, in my mind, it's kind of like you've been in ROTC since day one.
Oh, yeah.
That feels right.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're waking up in the morning doing a half marathon.
Gotta chop wood for a while because fuck you. We gotta keep you strong.
Yep.
And now you're not strong. You're a little bitch because you're not a Venomous.
Yeah.
You chopped less wood than you did yesterday. You're doing double tomorrow.
Right. And now Unicorn shows up and it's like, you don't have to chop wood, dummy.
Yeah. It's like, so you're being punished by chopping wood and then you do really good and then you're, I don't know what, you get privilege of chopping more wood.
Yep, you have a new standard.
It's a higher one. You did so good, we're going to reward you by giving you more wood to chop.
Well, also heat. Mm-hmm. We'll let you burn some of that wood for heat.
Yep. Before you're even able to eat, you have to do 50 push-ups at least.
Congratulations. That sucks. I'm going to go over here.
Oh, you managed to do 25 push-ups. That gets you half of this cheeseburger for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what I did with this cheeseburger? I'm eating it.
So, but not knowing any different for your entire life. This is just how things are.
Right, yeah. No, yeah, I think that the conversation with the 3 of us, that's where he slowly starts to realize, and that's a big deal to him. But that being said, who comes around as a totem to collect? Collect is a very weird way to put that. But which totem comes around to accept us?
Because that is an important part of the pack making process.
I didn't look into that, because there's so many fucking totems, and there's going to be a show on that real soon. But weird, oh, it's crazy. What about Twister?
Tell me about Twister.
I've never done Twister, right? But Twister is fun insofar as I know his ban is we have to break something every time we go somewhere new.
Yep. I believe it's when you leave a place, you have to have broken something.
But it's I believe it's somewhere new. It's not like every time you go home, you got to smash your favorite lamp, just the first time. I believe, but if I recall, Twister is a little chaotic and a little reckless, a little wild.
I kind of like it.
I feel like that's a nice group of troublemaker kind of vibe.
And I see it every time Knox goes, he breaks the same thing over and over again, pissing everybody off. They fix it, and we go back, and he breaks it again. Like, oops. It's like a lamp, right?
Is I'm looking it up, or is she just bummed out about the choice?
I'm looking it up because I'm curious what the ban actually is.
It's also a wisdom totem, by the way.
It is a wisdom totem, and Twister's children may never leave a dwelling without destroying something.
Maybe it is. You got to break your favorite lamp, everything. I mean,
I'm reading
funny.
just a little bit more. He is most favored by the Black Furies and the Red Talons.
Yeah. I can see that, though. I mean, we ain't got to do it. It was just top of my head.
That's top of your head, that's fine.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I don't... I know it's kind of overused, and a lot of people use it, but I kind of like the idea of bear. But hear me out, is because of how Rags to Stitches was very defensive over how could these people be treated this way.
Yeah, but Bear is a healer. She's not about, I want to ease your pain and lick the balls. He's about, fuck you. You don't talk shit.
Which
we're about, that's more the underdog, standing up for the little guy than it is making you feel better about yourself. I don't give a shit how you feel about yourself.
But that's kind of where
just leave my people alone.
Right, but that's... I mean, I see your point, but I think you're also kind of... Yeah.
I think I'm what?
You're showing my point, but I also see your point. I think there's a little bit of half and half there. 6 of one, half does the other.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not a huge fan of saying bear over and over again because of how often it does get used. But
And there are so many totems.
Yes.
So many totems. Like, I kind of violently reject the idea of, your big five. I don't want to hear bear. I don't want to hear raven. I don't want to hear coyote. I don't want to hear owl.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear raccoon.
I agree. And that's why bear was the only one on that list I was even thinking of.
No, and that's fair. We can do better than that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, especially with the alpha being a bonar, I am more inclined to say maybe something in Rat's Brood.
Okay.
Or something more aligned with Rat.
Not opposed to it.
And this is where, I'm scrolling through a list of them, and there's just a lot of totems.
No,
There's so many.
There is a super lot.
There's so many.
I mean, we can dwindle that list down a little bit, right? We can what if we stick with the wisdom ones? We go with Rat's Brood, but now you shorten that list to only the ones with wisdom.
Which is
that might be eliminating it down to one.
Well, I think 2.
If that.
Yeah, we have the Great Trash Sheep. We have Mouse. The General Lee.
Yeah, she fucking...
No,
how dare you?
That one should
How
not be
dare
a
you?
totem.
Yeah, I was going to say, no, we don't. That's not even an option. How dare you?
I prefer one of the big 5 over that one.
There's Whiskey Jack, or I believe it was the Jaybird is what they called it. Yeah, Jaybird. His ban is Whiskey Jack's children must steal something once per moon cycle. Whether it's a pack of gum from the store or a worm fetish.
I think ban should be secondary. What's the personality? What's it say about that?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't give much of anything. It's just Whiskey Jack is also known as the Jaybird and is a totem of the Wendigo tribe. That is literally it.
So I think Mouse could be a good one. So Mouse is pretty lowly and looks after Lone Garu. And be it the kind of pack that we've created here.
They all got completely opposite of what they wanted.
Yeah, we might be a group of individuals that look after people who need looking after. Porter's character is seeming to be more of a protector, and that's kind of the personality I'm reading here for Mouse is kind of giving that vibe. like help an outsider. You don't need to stay for long, but like help them as long as they're around. They used to be known as the Great White Mouse, but has become weak, and their status is now diminished.
I like the thought process.
Okay. How do we feel about the Outsiders? His back name.
Fuck.
Oh,
God damn it. That was good.
kind of fun.
That was good.
Yep.
Yeah. That was stay golden.
It's one of those that just comes super fucking naturally.
Right? I mean, M said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are kind of outsiders.
Fits with the totem, fits with the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Fits with all the concepts. Shit. All right. Look at that.
Hey, CJ?
Mhm.
We did it. Take that.
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
we did
We
it.
made characters.
No, we did it. The three of us did it at you.
And,
So,
Yeah. Also with Mouse here, it says her children are perfectly willing to travel with others who are stronger and more capable than they are. And I feel like we wouldn't
probably
have
everybody.
a problem with that. Yeah, exactly.
Practically
It's probably everybody, and I
No.
don't think we'd have a problem with that.
now, because we've already picked it, I'm very curious of the band and the traits that Mouse gives you. But we've already picked it, so regardless of what the answer is, we're not changing our minds. But now that we have the answer, I'm just curious.
I also know Mouse is like one of the cheapest totems to get background cost.
All right. Yeah. It says if a follower of Mouse is not temporarily joined a pack with a tag along, he must uphold the high ban and stay in Hamid form until he does. So I don't think that applies to us. But if he does not uphold this ban, he loses the totem spirit. If a Hamid Garu following Mouse is wounded, he may step sideways, shift out of breed form, and heal before returning to the physical world. Regardless of breed, her followers uphold this structure until they can find packs that will accept them.
but that's like as a personal totem.
It sounds like Mouse is a temporary totem sort of thing.
Too bad. Not today. We said it.
Yeah, we said it. Okay.
It's a permanent
good.
totem now.
Yeah.
True.
Because only storyteller of the band to be, they have to be willing to accept tag-alongs.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like that would be a good ban for an actual pack with
Right.
that. You must always be willing to accept a tag along when an opportunity arises.
Yeah. Like, oh, I need help. I need a temporary. Oh, well, fucking, we got to take you. All right.
Yep.
We have to.
Join us.
Yeah.
You really want me to? No, but
Not really.
but we follow Mouse, so come on.
But at the same time, I could also see it being the case of like, you're not the only pack going through this little guard boot camp at the same time. People are going to die. People are not going to be coming home whenever you go out on your missions. Well, hey, one pack gets decimated down to a single member.
He's with us till he finds another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that. That's awesome.
That also kind of helps with that rejects outsiders concept, because again,
And I feel like that would be an awesome opportunity for my character to get to know somebody new anytime the opportunity is presented. So I feel like I would be really willing to talk to this person, get to know them, make them feel really welcome, hear their stories.
and then meanwhile, also, and you will have Regs is your kind of link in the beginning, right, to normal people world. Because I'm the one who came up in it, right? Like I could see taking you to bowling.
I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
no, we played knock the guys down all the time, but
You're like, oh, I know dodgeball.
yeah, like, but these guys aren't moving. And they're not moving. This is way easier.
I know we hit the pins. We
Yeah,
roll this.
wait,
You don't throw
you're
it,
not-
roll it.
You're not people either? Whoa.
This is way easier.
The pins aren't moving. Trying to kill me. This is way better.
Yeah, so like, what do I have to hit you with the ball until you get to me with those little clubs?
Yeah.
Sure, that sounds more fun.
Maybe in real life.
Maybe we should try that after hours. Break back in.
Break back in. Oh man, that's awesome.
Well, and that's the thing is with your Metis's deformity, if they have one of those big like window or mirror walls or something like that, yeah, you're probably going gonna want to break into these places and do this shit after hours.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's cool.
One of you guys have to go in and scout it. Do they have a giant mirror wall? Can we go in together during open hours, or are we breaking in tonight? And I feel like that's something you guys would do for me. Like, if we can go somewhere during normal times, we're going, but it needs to be scouted first.
Oh yeah.
I like
Like,
this.
yeah.
Fucking,
Oh, we got this. No, we're good. And then he forgets there's a mirror and go, holy shit, who's that? Oh shit, who's that?
quick, break it.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, that's really fun.
That was a
Just
good
throw a blanket over you when we walk by it.
one.
It's like the
I could also
reflection's
see-
3 feet taller, but still covered in a blanket, so we're fine.
Yeah.
I think with rules of light, I don't think the reflection would actually be that tall. But anyways, I feel like Mox would also make some jokes at my character's expense, maybe saying, "Hey, you got something in your teeth."
Oh yeah, no, I definitely see that.
Damn, girl, shave your legs.
What, you don't see that?
Oh, shit.
That
Oh,
was
that's good fun.
that was a good one, CJ. Well done, man.
Yeah. Now it's up to y'all two for the next one.
Right? And that'll be eventually, maybe not a year from now. Probably.
Yeah, maybe not a year.
We'll find out. Who knows? It's a goddamn mystery.
And if it is,
Yeah.
fuck, then M, you're first.
Plus, also, do the people actually like this kind of thing, and do we want to do more of them now, or is it just Porter keeps being in the driver's seat and not actually having any fun with that?
Well, I mean, it was fun last time too, but this has
I mean,
been nice,
yeah.
Fucking, how was your first time hosting there, Siege?
It was very interesting. It took the adjustment and it's getting used to that bit, but hey, it wasn't that bad. Definitely not mutiny worthy. I think that's about all the time we have for this one. Probably got something else in the chamber to record, but until then, be cool with each other. There's too much shit out there keeping us apart. Focus on the cool stuff that brings us all together. Be good to each other. Peace.